07 draft class, all I gotta give you is one name to start off with, and we gotta think about it, and that's Megatron. Megatron was in this.
You were thinking Megatron.
Who were you thinking?
Oh, I was thinking Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell. Shout out Jamarcus Russell. Hey. All right, welcome into Titan Watch. It's your host, Tex. I'm here with one of my childhood best friends. They call him Dub. Holla at him, big dog. Tell him something about you.
What's going on? Been knowing this guy right here since, feels like forever. Been playing sports, high school. It's been a blast. Football, track, getting cheated, mischief, trips.
Man, I also used to throw the man. I threw him a touchdown, I think, in high school.
So wide open, I almost dropped it.
Yeah, you did. That was a fun time. Well, other than that, my bad, bro. My bad. You caught it. It was a touchdown.
I almost dropped it.
Anyways, reason I bring up football is because today we're going to touch on some football draft classes. This is exactly what we're going to touch on. We're going to touch on the best overall draft classes in the past 30 years. I mean, I know some of you old folks out there don't mean anything by it. Sorry. But you're going to bring up some of these ones from 1974 and 1983 and things like that. That's before we were born, so we're not talking about that. We're going to talk about what happened in our recent years. Very tough while doing research on this to come up with two honorable mentions. So with the 5 draft classes we do mention here, it was tough to even come up with those, even in a 30-year stretch. What made it so tough for you think?
I want to say that 96, 07 class.
Oh, 96, 07, very tough.
Debated back and forth on that for the longest, but
yeah. I mean, even the recent classes were tough too. I mean, we know recency bias. What we see now is what we kind of sometimes go to jump too far on them. But some of these classes, I mean, they speak for themselves on needing to be at least mentioned in the conversation with the amount of talent in the couple years that they've been in the league and the impact they've had on it. So
still playing, still adding on. So who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
your career,
we do this again in 5-10 years. I mean, one of these draft classes may be in this top 3. But we'll just jump into it. First draft class we really want to touch on is going to be the 2023 draft class. And that draft class was loaded. Really loaded from 2 different teams that kind of make up who they drafted in those classes that made it such a good class. You want to touch on who those teams were?
You got the Lions, then you got the Texans. You had To'o, Will Anderson Jr., Stroud, quarterback, all Texans. Then you got the Lions. You got Laporta, Gibbs. Gosh, who else was it? It was just so many Branch, yeah.
Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell, that's another one.
And you even forgot one on, I mean, he's been hurt, but he forgot one on the Texans, Nathaniel Tank Dale. I mean, that dude was unreal.
With the government.
Unreal, yeah, Nathaniel Tank Dale.
If he can get healthy, he'll be.
Yeah, if he can get healthy, he adds another person to that list.
But that injury is.
But that's just 2 teams. I mean, there's a couple other players from that class like Bijan Robinson, Puka Nacua. I mean, those are 2 of the best offensive weapons in the NFL, and that can't be argued. You also have some defensive guys like Kobe Turner for the Rams and Byron Young from the Rams. And he spoke on Will Anderson Jr. I'm pretty sure Will Anderson was at the top of the defensive MVP voting this year at the end of the year. So those guys in that class have to be mentioned. And like we said, in about 5 years, who knows if that class is not one of the top 3 we talk about.
I'm kind of forgetting one, not this area.
We're talking about, can't forget about him.
Come on.
First off, we got Sean Aggie. Devon Achane was part of that class. But last but not least, our boy from right down the road, DeMarvion Overshawn. My dog, his niece plays basketball with my daughter. Love the dude. He signed stuff with my daughter. Great guy. So can't ever forget shouting out him. Appreciate you on that one. So that's the 23 draft class. Y'all tell us what you think on that, because I think they have to be mentioned. And in a couple years could be one of the top teams. Or top draft classes, sorry. The next one is the year before them. The year before them had a class that was loaded, and they need to be mentioned. Like you said when we were, kind of doing the research, Mystery Relevant is in that class.
Who would have thought about that?
Brock Purdy. I mean, Mystery Relevant. Last person drafted in that draft, and he's part of this class. So right there, that's enough to make you, hey, let's check this draft out and see what else was in front of him.
Talk Purdy to me.
Yeah, it talked Purdy to me. Glock Purdy.
And my guy, Pick.
Oh, Pickens, yes. Pickens, one of the best draft day pitchers ever. In front of his screen at the house with a shiesty mask on. Shorts on and an Under Armour. 2
feet from the TV like a kid.
Yeah. I mean, one of the top players from last year. I mean, last year was breakout season for him. Pickens coming to Dallas, now probably one, if not the best receiver duo in the league.
That environment change, it'll do some people.
I mean, I'm a Dak fan, so you got to also think about him bringing in a quarterback like Dak and having Dak as his quarterback. It changes a few things too.
Look where it could be still, but anyway.
Yeah, but that class is way more than those guys. I mean, you've got the offensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year in that class, and the defensive rookie of the year in that class, both drafted to the same team, as in Sauce Gardner and Breece Hall.
Yeah,
not Breece Hall. Sorry, Garrett Wilson. Quote me back on that. But Breece Hall is also in that class. So it's a loaded class. Aiden Hutchinson.
You got
Drake London. Super Bowl MVP.
Walker the Third.
Walker the Third. Reigning Super Bowl MVP. He's in that class. So, like we said, Teron Woolen.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, a 6'5" corner, right? I don't know, he's big, tall. Yeah. That's all I know.
Is that Bland in there?
Deron Bland. Cowboys. Yeah, shout out Cowboys legend. 12 picks? I don't know, 12 picks, crazy. 6 pick sixes, 7 pick sixes. Something crazy like that. I thought Diggs' pick six season would never be beat, and the Deron Bland killed that one. So, but all those guys in the same class. So, like I said, 22 had to be mentioned, 23 had to be mentioned. But when it comes to these next three, one outclasses them all. I mean, I don't know if anybody could ever reach this class, but there's also 2 classes that were very hard for us to pick on 2 and 3.
Back and forth debate. Is it this one? Is it that one? Then doing research, you kind of see which guys. Oh, I forgot. Was he on this class? Yeah, he was. Oh, but it's just crazy how that stuff works out.
I still don't know if we came to a consensus on which one of those classes is 2 and 3. So
depends on
we'll say 2A and 2B on those because we don't really know which one. But first one we're going to touch on is the 96 class, and I'm going to let you start it off because you had the great research when it comes to that class.
Receiver heavy. That whole class of receivers amassed over at least 7,000 catches and over 100,000 yards. As a whole in that class, and I think I'm doing the research if I remember correctly, they beat any of the previous ones by at least 10,000 yards. So that just goes to show a talent and depth that they had in that team, in that draft, But it's just, I mean, you look at some of the names also. I mean,
yeah, I mean, and that's just the receivers. We're going to touch on receivers first, and then the guys after that. Man, it's a no-brainer that this one is up there.
One of the ones got to be.
Yeah. So what receivers did you catch in that class that kind of?
I mean, of course, you got to go with Keyshawn, wide receiver, number 1. I don't know, I can't really remember.
Number 1 pick, right?
Yeah, number 1 pick overall as a receiver. And I mean, as the league goes on, years go on, you kind of look at goes straight quarterbacks.
That's exact. No, what is that? Is that one 30 years ago?
Yeah, 30.
So that one is 30 years ago on the dot.
That's the line right there.
And I don't know, like we said before, I don't know if we've seen a receiver go number 1 overall since Keyshawn.
Probably.
I'm trying to think back, but I can't think of one that.
Will it happen again?
Maybe this year. Jeremiah Smith. We'll see. Jeremiah Smith could maybe, depending on where they drop, who drops and where that is. Drops, So maybe Jeremiah Smith changes that this year. Yeah. But anyways, Keyshawn, number 1 overall. Who else? I mean, Moose Muhammad.
Joe Horn with the phone at the back of the end zone. Pylon. Call it.
T.O.
Terry Glenn, Eric Moles, a lot of nostalgic names doing all this research.
Amani Toomer.
Giants legend.
And those, like we said, those are just the receivers in that class. I mean, I think a lot of those yards come from a Keyshawn, a T.O. I mean, Terry Glenn had a pretty long career. Moose Muhammad had a great career with the Panthers. They all combined. I mean, we know that. Is that Marvin Harrison that we missed?
Did we miss?
Is that Marvin Harrison or is that Rodney Harrison? One of the two there. If that's Marvin Harrison in this class, and I think it is, that's where a lot of those yards came from as well. So we might have missed Marvin Harrison there.
I didn't leave him out. That's him.
No, that's my fault. My fault if we did leave him, and that's probably why those yards are a lot higher. I thought that might have been Rodney Harrison in my notes, but that is definitely probably going to be Marvin Harrison, and that would make perfect sense why those yards are so high between him and T.O. right there. That's enough. But we're going to go into the other guys in that draft class that make up this 96 draft class. You've got a Jonathan Ogden, a Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins, Zach Thomas.
My favorite, Mike Allstott.
Mike Allstott's in that. A guy that changed that Oilers franchise into that Titans franchise was with Steve McNair and those guys. Yeah. And Eddie George was the running back there.
Big bruiser. Reliable.
Big bruiser. Ohio State legend.
Yeah.
And then you've got three guys that went to the same team out of that draft class: Lawyer Malloy, Teddy Bruschi, and the GOAT of kicking maybe, Adam Vinatieri.
Yes, can't forget him.
So that's why the 96 draft class is on here, and I thought that's not up for a debate that it shouldn't be in the top three. We're not sure if it shouldn't be two, but you can let us know on that. We're going to move over to the 07 draft class, the 2007 draft class, and this is the one we kind of went back and forth on 96 and 07. I mean, the 96 draft class was loaded, but the 07 draft class, all I gotta give you is one name to start off with, and we gotta think about it, and that's Megatron. Megatron was in this.
You were thinking Megatron.
Who were you thinking?
Oh, I was thinking Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell. Shout out Jamarcus Russell. Hey. Didn't go like you wanted to. Number one overall pick there. So when you first look at that draft class, when you're doing research and you see his name, you're almost like, that ain't one. But if you just look past him and you kind of look deeper, like I said, you got Megatron, you got Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas, Mr. Reliable for the Cleveland Browns. All the tough times with the Cleveland Browns, that man was the one guy that you knew every day was going to show up and do his job. Always. Not only did you have him, you had, is that who I think it is?
I think it is.
Is that Aaron Donald?
No.
Aaron Donald?
No.
Aaron Donald? No, not Aaron Donald. Who's AD?
AD. You know.
Who was AD?
A lot of people call him AP.
Oh, that's why I called him AD. Yeah. East Texas legend. That is Adrian Peterson. I was like, AD's not that old.
I think I switched that.
Yeah, I know. That's my fault. No. All right, it happens. Adrian Peterson, one of the best running backs of all time in this class. Patrick Willis.
Revis Island.
Oh, the Island. I played DB in college, and I don't like to say idolize the dude, but everything that dude did, I wanted to be that. I called it. I forgot what we called the island in college for me. They called it Tex Island or something like that. You go on that island, you're not coming off. I was a D3 version of Revis. I don't care what nobody says. So you have Revis, arguably one of the best corners of all time.
Yeah. Earl Thomas.
I
mentioned him before.
Greg Olson. Went to a Super Bowl with Cam Newton, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, I believe he did. Yeah,
it was him or no? Jeremy Shockey was with Eli at New York, Shockey. So that was Greg Olson.
What a name!
Greg Olson there. Marshall Yonda. Shout out the lineman. I'm gonna yell out some of the linemen too because the linemen need love here. Marshall Yonda, great career. And then we missed
Eric Weddle.
Eric Weddle, yeah, brung him won a Super Bowl with the Rams. Right, came out of retirement, won one with the Rams. Yeah. And that last but not least in this class, I cannot not mention Mr. the new actor of this class, I guess, would be our boy Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch. Man was in Euphoria. He's doing acting. He's got his own TV shows and things now.
Commercials, everything.
Yeah, and that guy on the field,
on and off,
one of the best runs I've ever seen.
Memorable.
One of the best runs I've ever seen. What do they call it?
Was it the Beastquake, I believe?
The Beastquake, I think they call it up in Seattle. He's on this list. So now looking at that class, looking at that class before that, maybe you can see why it was so tough for both of us to come up with which one of these is going to be second, which one of these is going to be third. Still don't know which one, but I'm going to go. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to say 96-2 and 2007-3. That's what I'm going to do after kind of just thinking about it there. Even though some of my favorite players of all time are in that 07 class.
I think I'd have to go 96. I mean, you got Ray
96
Lewis.
second? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Ray Lewis, Jonathan Ogden, they may be two of the best draft classes by a team. And we're going to touch on that. At some point, we'll touch on that. We're going to go team draft classes and who's had the best draft classes for a team and what year that would be. So we'll get to that.
Ozzie Newsome, he could draft him.
Batman with that. But now, last but not least, we'll talk about the best, by far, argue with your mama.
Hands down,
the best draft class out there. And it's the 2011 draft class. I'll let you touch on that one to start off with, because you were excited about that when you came in and how you research.
Doing the research earlier, had Cam Newton in that class and doing some stuff, reading. I can't believe it. Then again, I can't. I actually saw some people were still debating on Blaine Gabbert over Cam.
Oh, yeah, they were. Blaine Gabbert.
He was getting all that hype later in the season, but, I mean, you got a big D lineman, D end at quarterback and run, shoot in the upper percentile on everything, speed, height. Gosh,
I saw that guy in junior college walk by me, and I'd never seen a man so big in my life. Pause. But yeah, Cam leads that class, but I started this research off and gave it over to you, and you came back and you loaded this thing up with people. So, just go through those people, and we have time on this one. I want you to go through the list of people that are in this class.
I'll just throw out a couple. You got Cam, Von Miller, Pat P, J.J. Watt. Used to be a tight end, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
Switched over to the line. Let's go back into the deeper classes. You got C. Cap, Kyle Rudolph, Tyrod Taylor, Andy Dalton, Orange Rocket, whatever his name is.
One of America's favorite linemen in this class. Went in the 6th round, you said.
Jason Kelce.
Jason Kelce was in this draft.
And believe it or not, like I told you earlier again, if Luck didn't stay and get that degree in college, he would have actually came out earlier and joined that class.
You're right. He should have been in that class. In that class,
possibly number one.
Cam went number one, right?
Cam that one.
Cam maybe doesn't go number one that year if Andrew Luck comes out. So, like you said, that class is loaded, and you still miss some guys. Like you mentioned, Julio Jones. You got Julio Jones. You've got
forget Cam Jordan still playing.
AJ Green just retired last year, I think. When he was with the Bengals, by far, top 3 receiver every year.
Cam Hayward.
Cam Jordan.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan in that class.
Still playing, not on the team, still playing.
Some of these guys still playing from the 11 class, a loaded class. And I would be wrong if I didn't mention. Don't ever try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree. Richard Sherman was in this class, the leader of the Legion of Boom.
As a corner, 6'2", lengthy, long arms, balls.
I feel like he's one of the guys that kind of changed that look of what a corner could look like in the NFL with the long arm and 6'2". Yeah, there may be somebody before him, but I know really who I can think about when they started wanting those taller corners. Yeah. And then last but not least, this guy had some great seasons when he was with the 49ers. Unfortunately, just passed away. Alden Smith also played with the Cowboys. He was in this class. Want to mention him for sure. But like we said, so many guys. We didn't even. Tyrod Taylor's still playing.
DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray had one of the best seasons possible with the Cowboys that year. Robert Quinn, another guy that played for the Cowboys. Well, hey man, my Cowboys always bring somebody good in.
Here too, ain't it?
But like we said, that class was just loaded from top to bottom. Doing the research, we kept finding. I don't know how you did it, but the way I went through it was I went to the first round and I just went down.
All the way
and,
to the bottom.
then I kind of looked up my stats and kind of seen how those guys panned out, because sometimes when you watch sports and know as many names as we do, we'll hear a name and we'll think about that guy as a college athlete, and maybe he didn't pan out as much in the NFL. When we go to that other team draft class episode, when we decided to do that, that's where it got me quite a bit on there, was thinking about guys' college careers instead of their NFL career.
A lot.
Yeah. So really, one of my favorite things to do this time was research this one of my best friends, and learn about these draft classes, because, man, there were some loaded draft classes. And like we said before, we may do this in 5 years, and we may talk about that 23 and that 22 draft class being some of the top ones. But we think it's going to be very, very hard to top that 11 draft class.
I'd love to see the class that does it.
Oh yeah, if they do. Well, I can't wait to talk about it if we do find a class that does. But other than that, man, I appreciate you coming in today, doing this episode with me. Thank you all for viewing it. But until then, text us out, man. We'll see y'all next time. Please check out our other Titan Media Codex channels. We have a variety of things that we talk about. We have gaming, we've got politics, we've got fitness. A lot of things for a lot of different people. So just check those out. If it's something you like and subscribe to those as well. And last but not least, please give our website a look at TitanMediaCodex.com. And it's your boy Tex signing out.